Emma!
Berret! Good to
How
see
are
you
you? Thanks for
again.
doing this.
Thanks for having me.
You ready to eat?
Yeah.
All
Come
right,
on,
let's do
seafood,
it.
let's
do
go.
it. This place, it was up in the 1920s, and it's like one of
Wow.
the oldest landmarks in Williamsburg. So we figured, like, let's come,
Yeah, it's
enjoy
awesome.
some dinner,
It's
right?
so pretty.
3 or 4 days before the tournament, just relax, have dinner, and chat about the season.
Perfect.
All right, let's do it.
Sounds good.
Can I show you how to eat an oyster?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not into oysters, but
I know. But what people do is, so they take these crackers, right? So you mix up this little guy right here.
what is
So
that?
I like horseradish, little shrimp cocktail sauce maybe, right?
Yeah. Do you eat oysters a lot?
No, I'm a city boy, New York City boy. You know, I don't eat oysters, so I really don't know what I'm doing. But then
Do you like them though?
I do. But tournament week, I feel like is not the right
Yeah.
time to be trying things, right? You stick to your routine, right? Okay, then this guy, and then on top of this guy, and then we're gonna put a little
With the sauce on there?
sauce on there, like that. And then you could either do 1 or 2.
I would do too.
You would do 2.
It tastes.
I would do
tastes
1.
good.
It tastes what?
My face would be like. It's the texture though. It's not the taste that I don't like. It's the texture.
So so that's one of the things I was wondering, because like one of the hardest things for me, and I'm not even playing, right, is like eating on the road. Because when you're at home, you go to the grocery store, you get what you want, you cook what you want, you go out when you want. But when you're on the road, it's a different story, right? So like how do you eat? Like that might sound like really bizarre, but how do you eat on the road?
Breakfast is pretty much the same for me every week. I usually buy my breakfast. I don't eat at the
Like you'll go to the store
and get oatmeal because I just
Okay.
eat oatmeal. So
That's
that's
it.
like an easy thing to
Uh-huh.
make. So I have a big bowl of oatmeal with some fruit on top, and that's basically all I eat. And then for lunch, they always have lunch for us, which is great. Perks of the LPGA. Much better. And then dinner, I do stay with host families a lot, so sometimes they cook, which is very nice. And a lot of times, though, I'll just go out to eat and I'm not too particular. I'm
Yeah.
pretty laid back, but like you said, I'm not going to try like something new,
completely.
usually.
Like you've never had royal oysters before, raw oysters.
Yeah,
before.
I have.
You have, okay.
But it just wasn't my thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I pretty much stick to the basics. We eat a lot of Asian Thai food kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I love sushi, so I
Really?
usually do sushi a little bit. But you got to be careful because it's raw. You never know.
Right.
But yeah, I'm pretty easygoing.
Okay, so then how about when you're home? Like Chef Talley?
No, I'm not
No,
a chef. I'm the
okay.
cleanup lady.
Okay.
Yeah. Either my parents cook or Patrick will cook, and I'm more. I can clean the dishes,
So that's your responsibility.
and I can bake a little bit.
Ooh.
So I like desserts.
What do you like to bake?
Well, my mom's a really good baker, so I just
Okay.
have all of her recipes. I cheat.
I was gonna say I remember Jennifer to be a.
Yeah,
I know
she's
she never
really
like
good.
cooked for the tour, but like I
No,
feel
she's
like
really good.
she's a really good. What's her specialty?
Pound cakes,
Okay.
coffee cakes, that kind of stuff.
Okay. How about dinner?
No.
No, she's not a dinner cook.
Well, I think it's because my dad's kind of a
Oh.
health nut, and it's not as fun. It takes a longer time to prepare
Okay.
healthy meals than it does
Right.
it's
Yeah.
just she doesn't like cooking that stuff.
Okay. So like growing up, what would you guys like? Because there's you, 2 brothers, and a sister. So it's a big family.
Yeah, I feel like used to we had the country meals, like we had chicken pot pie, we'd have lasagna. And now that my dad's a health nut, it's like salmon and vegetables. The next night, vegetables with a sweet potato. Like it's very healthy.
Yeah.
He doesn't eat meat when he's at
Really?
home. He's a social vegan, is what he says.
Oh. I feel like
Yeah.
that's very classy. Is that the right word?
I don't know if my parents
No?
are. They're classy,
Yeah.
but they're not fancy.
Sophisticated. Sophisticated?
I guess.
Yeah, sort of. Okay, so tell us about your hometown, Princeton.
Yes. Very small town.
What would happen if like a city boy like myself grew up in New York City, right? Like walked into town.
You would not know what to do.
Yeah.
One of my friends told me she was scared to come to Princeton. She's like, I'm scared of the country. I mean, there's not much to do, but that's the cool part. It's like a very simple lifestyle. When I was home last week, like me and my dad would ride bikes around the neighborhood, stop at like every other house because they'd be sitting on the porch. Like, it's a great place to be in the summer. We live close to the lake, so you can go to the lake.
Yeah.
It's a very simple. I live on the golf course too, so you just go walk outside and there's all your friends playing golf. Like you know everybody.
Yeah.
So it's a good place to go relax.
Well, because it's like, I think I told you this one time before, but like my graduating class in high school, right? My high school graduating class was 1,069 kids, right? And like the population of Princeton is
4,000.
Right.
And we're the big town that's surrounded by a lot of much smaller towns.
Yeah.
Like a town near us, it probably only has 500 people to 1,000 people, 1,500 people. Those are the towns around us. So there's a home of Emma Talley sign.
Right.
Yeah, and it probably should be a little bit updated, but...
Okay, let me ask you this. What would happen, so the day you win on the LPGA Tour, like what is that town going to do for you?
They're going to go nuts. I mean, even when I finished top 5 and stuff, everyone texted me. I had to put my phone aside, and I try to respond to everyone, but for a while my phone went dead. Like it wouldn't even do anything. It was just frozen. And then everyone's like watching it on TV, and it's so fun. I'm very lucky. A small town can be good and bad. Everyone knows your business, but I'm very lucky. My town supports me. The whole side of Western Kentucky supports me. Everywhere I go in Paducah or Princeton, Edible, everyone knows me. They all are super nice and really supportive.
And that's a really cool thing because like I've told you this before, we notice that like when we do something with you on social media or whatever, I mean there's people, I love Emma Talley. We're like, how do these people all know her? Like who are these people? Where do they, they come out of the woodwork?
I know, it's great. And there's a few people that are playing either college sports or professional sports from my town. And that's how they are for every single person that has gone on to do something like that. So it's really cool. It's very a sports community, I would say. So everyone's really supportive. Okay,
I got to ask you about Justin Thomas. We've talked about him before.
Yes.
He's also
from Kentucky.
He also
went to Alabama,
Roll Tide, right? How many times are you going to say Roll Tide tonight?
Lot.
Okay. So, we'll have a counter. We're going to put a counter.
He just became #1.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, and the weird thing is like Justin well. You guys, like you grew up together, you went to college, all this stuff, and like none of my friends are like professional athletes, right? Obviously, but if one of my friends has a big success in like business, or he's a lawyer and he's got 10 new clients, or I'm like super happy for him, but I'm also like, man, like I want to have that type of success now. So like when you watch a friend as a fellow professional athlete get to like the peak of the game, number 1 in the world, are you like, I'm really proud, but also like, all right, like I want to get there too.
Whenever I was growing up, Justin always did everything a year before me. So I always kind of was like, oh, like next year's my year. Of course I want to beat him. He's awesome. He does so many great things in Kentucky. He called me a couple of weeks ago. He FaceTimed me, and his grandparents were there. I hadn't talked to them in a long time. And so we do talk a little bit, not as much as you'd think, but because we're both busy and on the road. But he's great, and I'm very, very, very excited for him. He's worked so hard and truly an inspiration to everyone that went to Alabama. I mean, there are so many good players that came out of Alabama. I could go on and on. Trey Mullinax, Justin. There's a whole line of people that you could name. But anyways, Justin's done a lot for the game in Kentucky, and now he's #1 in the world. So he's done a lot, worldwide. But yeah, it gives me a little fire because I want to do the same things. I want to play. He's going to play on the Ryder Cup. He's going to do all the things that #1 person in the world is going to do. So I want to be a part of that too. But it's cool because it kind of gives me something to look forward to and work towards, because I want to do the same thing in the girls' side.
And it's not like and people might, be watching and listening and say, well, is she like jealous? It's
No.
not a jealousy thing. It's just like
Golf isn't really like that either, I
Yeah.
don't think. People ask me all the time, like even us as women, like do we compete, do we root against each other? Personally, like I would never root against my fellow competitor. It's just like, because you're playing against the golf course.
yeah.
It's not you can't play defense on
No.
your competitor,
Yeah,
like
you can't,
basketball or something.
You can't knock them over.
Yeah, you can't block their putt. So
stand in the way
it's
of
a
the
little
putt.
different. You just want to work hard enough to get to that point, and you want to play. I would never wish a bogey on anyone. I wish myself an eagle to beat them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like
I like that. That's
it's
a
like
good way
more
to
of a
look at it.
competitive thing to me. I would never want someone to play bad, because then you didn't really beat them
Yeah.
if they played bad. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Well, it's the same thing in like sibling rivalries. Like I'm
Yeah.
sure you had 3 siblings, right? And I had an older sister growing up. Like if she does something well, she's a lawyer and very successful, right? But every time she gets promoted,
You want to get promoted.
of course,
Yeah.
of course. Like, and my mom and dad are proud and, family's proud of her. It's not that I'm jealous. It's just like I see her success
Yeah, of course.
and I want that same success.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how it is.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm very proud.
Yeah. What's the earliest memory of Justin? You have one?
We used to play in the AJGA Kentucky Ashland event.
Okay.
I don't know. That was after. I don't even know when we
Yeah.
met, honestly. We used to play Musman Dunn Tour, which I don't even think they have that anymore in Kentucky. But I don't even know. We've played so much together. I can't really pinpoint anything. But even in high school, I won the state championship before he did, so I
That was
kind
your
of threw that
one-up.
in his face a little bit. And then he committed to Alabama before me, so yeah, we're competitive, or I'm competitive towards him. I don't think he's competitive towards me.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one
One
day.
day when you're up there as number 1 on the LPGA,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe, right? You never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yes, exactly.
Mother's Day weekend was this past
Yes.
weekend. I know you and Jennifer are close beyond, close is probably an understatement, right? I
Yes.
mean, that's not even she's here this week. She comes out on the road. What's that bond like between you and your mom, and like what has she meant to your career and just your development as Emma Talley?
Yeah, she's awesome. I mean, she's my biggest role model, and she's my best friend, and I hope that when I have kids, we have that same kind of relationship as me and my mom do. She's awesome. She's the best person. Anyone that knows her thinks the world of her. She's so sweet. But yeah, I mean, she's always been super into my golf game, but more importantly, like how I treat people. I remember when I won the USAM, I wasn't playing well up into that tournament, and she told me, she was like, instead of worrying about your golf game this week, just try to talk to every volunteer you can. And I did, and then I ended up winning. It's like, it's not karma, but it's kind of like when you're not thinking about yourself all the time, sometimes your best golf comes out. I know people sometimes say when you're sick, you play better. It's because you're not like trying.
Yeah.
So I really do try to make a difference to other people, like every day, whether it's on the golf course or off. But my mom is like, every day whenever we left for school, she told all my siblings, be good, be kind, be smart, and make a difference to someone today. So I definitely think that's like my motto for my life, and I'm going to take that the rest of my life and share that with my kids one day.
She didn't play golf, did she?
No one in my family
No one
plays.
in your family, yeah.
So I just grew up on a golf course,
Yeah.
and I played every sport growing up. And then I was like, Dad, I want to go play golf. And he got me some U.S. Kids clubs, and we went golfing.
What were you like? What was your second best sport?
I loved basketball.
Yeah. You had a sweet J.
Yeah,
Remember?
but I'm not as good anymore.
No, but you had a good jump shot. Where did we play?
I beat all y'all.
Where did we play?
In Garden
Harris.
City.
No, Harris. Remember Harris?
No, not Harris.
No?
It was Garden City, Kansas. Remember back-to-back weeks in Garden City?
Oh, yes.
At the YMCA
So
there.
what was your game like? Were you like behind the three-point line,
I'm really
jump
slow.
shot?
I'm really
Okay.
slow. And I don't think I would have been good in a big city. I was just good because
Small
I had good,
town.
small town life. Like, I was competitive. I'm athletic, so I just could do it.
Yeah.
But actually, I take that back. I was really good at ping pong, and I still am.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I could
Wait,
beat
I gotta
most
challenge
people.
you because I'm pretty good.
Yeah, I love ping pong. That's
Really?
like my thing.
Somebody else told you know who's really good on the LPGA is Amy Olsen.
Oh, I can see that. I can see that. I love. At college, we had a ping pong. The men's side had a ping pong table. So like, I've beaten Justin. He's beat me. Like, there's all. We would play everybody. I remember who was it? I think Bobby White.
Okay.
Like, threw up the ball one time when I got a point and hit it, and it went right in my forehead. Like, it was competitive. We'd raise the bays up because it would get too hot in there. So, it was fun.
It's a fun kind of game, right? Like, you're still competitive, but it's fun. It's like a
basketball and ping pong definitely bring out the worst in me.
Do you? So were you like aggressive on the basketball court?
Yeah.
Really?
I
like physical or like yelling at the refs?
No, never yelling at the refs.
I couldn't see that out of you.
I would sometimes foul out in the first quarter, like stupid stuff, you know.
Like just being too aggressive with.
Yeah, I got a technical one time in middle school, and my mom was like,
"For what? Can I ask?"
Well, this girl was kind of talking the whole game, and she went for a layup at like 4 seconds left in the game, and when she was in the air, I just kind of pushed her a little bit.
What did Jennifer say?
I don't really remember. They weren't very happy though. And the guy that I actually played golf with growing up, his name's Roy Boyster. He was a really good player, and we played on the weekends and stuff. And he was reffing the game, and he pulled me aside, and he was like, you're my best friend, but that was bad. I got to give you a technical. I've grown up a little bit since then, thankfully.
Yeah, I couldn't see you getting a technical. How's that tuna? Is it good?
It's so good. It's got a little sauce to it. Very yummy.
Yummy, yummy. So like, how do you structure your week? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think as a rookie, it's really hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's getting easier now.
Okay.
Because I'm in a lot of the pro-ams on Wednesday.
So you weren't in the beginning?
Right.
Okay.
I wasn't in a lot at the beginning.
But once you started doing well.
I'm starting to get into
You're getting into more.
Right. Here's our food.
Oh, yummy.
More food.
More food.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
And what'd you get?
Red snapper and some kind of shrimp. I know.
Oh my God, look at this. Oh my God.
What is that around it?
I don't
Do we know
know.
what is that?
Yeah, that's the parchment paper.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
so they cook it in that.
Yes, they cook it in that, and then I just opened it.
Oh my God.
Wow. Fancy.
Fancy. We're fancy here in Williamsburg.
Is there anything else I can get you?
I think we're good.
It's different out here.
It's way different.
Because on Symetra, you had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yes.
Here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, so on Symetra, I always took Mondays off.
Because of travel
Completely.
day. Travel day, right?
And most of the time I would drive. I was driving myself, so I'd probably drive that morning and then take off the rest of the day.
Okay.
And on LPGA now, most of the time I play like 9 holes on Monday, 9 holes on Tuesday, and then the Pro-Am. But I think that'll change because next year I would have known the courses, so I won't have to play on Mondays. I'll just probably practice. But I don't really know. I mean, you're much busier though on the LPGA than Symetra. Like, way more. It's crazy. I thought I was busy last year, and it's way different. Because used to, I was driving the big Suburban around.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to do much, and now I have to make all the arrangements and stuff. So that takes time too. So, but I really like it. I think it's better in a lot of ways.
Yeah. It's just
Wow.
It's just a little. Is it stressful at all? Like.
You know,
I
it
don't
was
know.
weird.
Is that the right
I was
word?
more stressed on the Symetra Tour than I was out here.
Really?
And I don't think that you can say that for all the players or all the rookies, because I think a lot of people have been stressed out. But for some reason, I have not been stressed out at all out here. It's almost like these are all the girls I knew growing up and all the girls I played junior golf and college golf with. And so I just wasn't nervous. And I think my past kind of had given me experience, so I knew all the girls out here, and I kind of knew what to expect, you know? So I haven't felt stressed one time.
Well, Tally, but I think this is tell me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
On the Symetra Tour, there's 10 spots.
Yeah.
There's a
exactly.
dream and 10 spots.
Exactly.
Everybody's got the dream, and there's 10 spots, right? And out here, there's more than 10 spots. Right now, obviously the competition is tougher. These are the world's best. These are girls you watched on TV for years, I'm sure. But still, it's not 10 spots or nothing.
Well, I was trying to explain, and I think these kind of go hand in hand. I made the U.S. Open last week, and I was in a playoff to get into the U.S. Open, my home course.
We got to talk about that.
The putt that I had to make on the playoff hole, I was shaking 10 minutes after the fact. I was more nervous than when I won the national championship. And I think the difference is,
wait,
and
was
that's
that the
kind of
most
how,
nerve-wracking putt of your life?
I think so, yeah. I was pretty nervous at USAM, I remember. We had I had a playoff with Sue O, who's out here. And I was really nervous then too, I remember. But this has been the most nervous I've been in a very long time.
Really?
But I think it's because it's kind of the same thing as Symetra. You're kind of qualifying to get somewhere. Whereas when now that I'm here, not that I'm relaxed by any means, because I want to be number one out here too.
Of course.
But it's like, it just takes a little bit of, I don't know what the word is. It's just a different feeling. I was just so stressed out last year because it's kind of luck too, honestly. It's a little bit of luck. You got to play well. You got to, enter the right tournaments at the right time. I wasn't even going to play Harris, Michigan last year because my mom was having surgery.
Right.
And I entered the week before because I felt like my game was good. So that was kind of lucky. I mean, if I wouldn't have thought of that, then I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you on the LPGA. So I think it's kind of lucky, and, I think it's a mixture of a bunch of things.
Yeah. Okay, I got to ask you each some. I got to ask you about the U.S. Open. I mean, how cool is that? I mean, this is your first
excited.
Year. You're an honorary, what is it called? You're a hopeful member. Tour hopeful. And now you're going to be playing in the U.S. Open there. I mean, that's...
Yeah, I'm so excited. I've never been, so this will be my 5th U.S. Open. I'm first as a pro. I've never been so excited to play a U.S. Open. I mean, it's at my home course. I've been playing there for 2 years now. I don't know how else to explain it. I mean, all my friends from Alabama are coming. My coaches from Alabama are coming. All my friends from Kentucky, it's close enough to Kentucky. All my friends from Kentucky are coming down. And Shoal Creek is like my heaven on earth. I mean, I just love, it's so pretty. Have you ever been there? It's beautiful.
Really?
Everything about it, I'm just obsessed with it. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
So, when you were looking for, because obviously you grew up in Princeton, you went to school in Alabama, but it was a friend at Alabama, right, that because didn't you move to, where'd you move to, Birmingham? So, like, when you were looking at, like, where to be a member, or an honorary, or whatever you want to call it, did you, like, have foresight to know that, like, this was going to be the U.S. Open course?
No idea.
Okay, no idea. I don't even know if it was announced at that point.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I didn't think about it by any means. So when I got out of college in 2016, it was the spring of 2016, I'll never forget it. It was probably about April.
Okay. And
I was talking to my parents about, like, where I was going to go and what course I was going to play at, and my parents were like, well, you can't move home. And I was like, what? Like, well, you're not moving home. We want you to figure it out yourself. We want you to grow up. And my best friend had just gotten a job in Birmingham. She's now back in Atlanta, but her name's Abby Lutzenkirchen. Shout out to Abby.
Yeah, shout out, yeah.
But anyway, she got a job in Birmingham, who actually, they're helping run the U.S. Open this year, the same company she used to work for. Anyways, yeah, so kind of ironic.
Yeah.
And so I moved to Birmingham, and I guess probably right before I graduated, they called me and said, would you want to be an honorary member? And because of NCAA, I said, I can't really answer that question yet, but can you call me back after graduation? Because I didn't know, all the NCAA rules are crazy. So I was like, can you call me back in a month? So they called me back, and I didn't know anything. Like, I didn't know if I was going to have to pay or if so it was kind of up in the air. They called me and they said, we have this program. It's called Tour Hopeful. We would love for you to be a part of it. And they told me all the players that are in it, and it was just like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
To be at Shoal Creek with all the pros there, I mean, like I said, it's my heaven on earth. So I was more than happy. It didn't take me more than a second to say yes, thank you. So Martha Lang, who is my USAM team captain in Japan, she's a member there, so I kind of think she had something to do with it, and I will forever be grateful for that. And now, I lived there for 2 years, and here we are at the US
You
Open.
don't live like on the...
No, I didn't
Okay,
live on the
okay.
course. And I just moved out, actually, a month ago of my apartment.
Okay. Just because you're traveling all the time.
Yeah, I'm
then.
traveling all the time, and I was just not there as much as I thought I would be. Plus, I'm traveling.
Yeah.
It's hard to spend that much money when you're not there.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be special.
But I have a lot of friends there, and I'm staying with a good friend. She was kind of a mentor to me while I was, not really mentor, more like a mom away from home.
Who's this?
Her name's Jenny Kimmel.
Okay.
And they have a tie to Princeton, so I kind of met them through mutual friends from home. And so every time I was in Birmingham, like, she's obsessed with golf and tennis. She's really athletic. So we kind of had a lot of things in common, and her kids are my age. And so we just would always go eat lunch, or I'd go to their house, and kind of became friends. And now me and my family are staying at their house for the US Open, so it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
You know, because like stuff like that doesn't happen all the time.
Right.
You know, and you could go through your entire career
Exactly.
and never have anything like that happen, where you know it's your home course.
Exactly.
Or
And it was my one chance. That's why it meant so much to me at the qualifier, because I knew like this may never happen again.
And that was in your head.
Yeah, I think that's why I was stressed
Yeah.
out the entire
Yeah.
day.
And
It was a hard 12
How long
hours.
was the putt?
It was about 6 feet.
Okay.
But the other two girls had already missed their birdie putt, so,
So
it was,
you knew-
I knew that if I made it, I was able to play. So I was really nervous.
Those things are stressful too.
It
those
was very
qualifiers.
stressful.
Yeah.
Oh, 36 holes one day.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's kind of luck. It's kind of, it's
Yeah.
all these things mixed together. But I had a birdie the last hole to get in the playoff. I didn't know that, but
Right.
I did.
Wow.
So yeah,
Who was your caddy?
Jeremy, who caddies for me now.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so he came down for it. It was an hour and a half away from his home, so it worked out perfect.
What's that like? Is that an adjustment is Jeremy full time?
Mm-hmm.
Is that different? Having a full time caddy, getting used to that?
I think it is, but
Yeah.
he's very professional. I mean, he's really smart, and he's very professional. And I thought I wanted like a young caddy, and he's not young.
Shout out Jeremy.
Yeah,
right?
sorry, Jeremy. But he's like in his mid-40s.
Yeah.
His wife was an LPGA player, Heather
Oh.
Bowie Young.
Oh yeah, I
And
know
now
Heather.
she's the assistant coach at Clemson.
Yeah.
So, not that he's my dad out here, but he's professional, and he is really smart with golf. He's a golf nerd. I tell him every day, I'm like, you're the biggest golf nerd I've ever met. And it's really fun, and he helps me out a lot. He knows I'm terrible at decision making, so I just tell him sometimes, like, will you make this decision? Because I can't. And yeah, he's great. And it's a very workplace. You know, we come there, we work, and then we leave, and he does his own thing, I do my own thing. And it's kind of nice. Like,
Yeah.
it's also nice because I don't have a family. I have my boyfriend out here a lot, but I don't have family, so it's kind of nice to have someone on your team every week,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
He's rooting me on. He's on my side.
Of course.
And he wants me to play well, and it's great to have someone
Yeah.
like that.
That is cool. You know, the thing that I always wonder about, like, caddies and players is, like, I mean, like, what's the conversation like on the golf course? Because Tally, look, I know you. You're probably not talking about the spin on a golf ball and, you know, birdies and bogeys and fades and draws and this and that.
No.
You know, I mean, you're talking about.
He would love for me too, though.
Right. but
Jeremy's a golf nerd.
I know you. I mean, what are you talking about when you're walking up and down the fairways?
I don't really know. I'm not as talkative on the golf course as you would think I would be.
Okay.
But I often talk about sports or my boyfriend most of the time. Shocking.
Shout out Patrick.
Or my friends, or what happened to my family.
Yeah.
And we talk about the Clemson team a lot. We talk about the Alabama team a lot. So I say we talk about sports a lot. And we
Yeah.
actually, I've started talking more golf talk a little more because now he knows my game, so I'm able to like kind of talk about what shot I'm about to hit with someone, and I've never had that before. And as a rookie too, not many rookies have a great caddy, and
Interesting.
I'm so lucky to have gotten Jeremy on my bag. I mean, and everyone tells me that, and they're right.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's
That's
great.
So okay, so like when you're walking down the fairway, you're chit chatting, whatever you're talking about. But then like once you get to your golf ball, like what is it as simple as like, all right, flip out the yards, blah, 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 you know, 149, all right, 6 iron, you know.
Kind of.
Is it
For
that?
me it is.
Okay. Like it's not this like amazing process that it's just pretty simple, standard.
It is, but
Yeah.
I would say that picking clubs is probably the best part, one of the best parts of my game.
Okay.
I love, and he actually called Mick Potter, who was my Alabama coach, who I love.
Shout out.
Another
Yeah.
shout out.
How many shout outs have we given?
A lot.
That's like the 3rd or 4th roll tide already. We're not even halfway through the
loved
entree.
college. University of Alabama all the way.
Roll tide?
Roll Tide.
Okay.
And one more thing about college. And so many girls go pro early, which that's their own thing, but if I could do it all over again, I would, and I would not go pro early. Like, I'm so glad I didn't. Because this lifestyle is not as glamorous as you would think it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you travel a lot, you don't see your family, relationships are hard to keep. It's harder than what you would think. I love it, but I can see how other girls wouldn't love it.
So if you like, let's say there was like a 14-year-old prodigy, winning everything just like you did, winning all the AJGA, winning all the USAMs, all that stuff, and then was like, man, Emma, I'm torn.
Yeah.
Alabama's giving me a full ride. I'm ready to go there, but I see what Lydia Ko's done. I see what Brooke Henderson's done. I see what these players have done that haven't, Nellie Court, you know, all these players that are coming up now. What do you tell them?
I would tell them to go to college. I don't know how those girls feel about it, but I think college it's a great learning experience. You make friends, you can get a college degree. I talked to Mick Potter 20 minutes ago on the phone.
Really?
So I don't know. For me, I think it depends on who you are too. I mean, there's some girls. I remember when Justin went pro after his sophomore year, he looked at me and he was like, I hate school. Like, he didn't like school. So had nothing to do with golf. I think he was ready golf-wise too, but it's just not for everyone. For me, it was important. I also, like you said a while ago about your siblings, all my siblings finished college. My parents finished college. I wanted to finish college. I wanted to say, like, I'm a college graduate. So that was important to me, but for some people it's not. So I think it depends on the person, but 100% would do exactly what I did. I'm very happy with my decision.
Yeah. The college is fun too.
It's so fun. My dad always said, you're only 21 in college one time.
Yeah.
So
Did you go to a lot of football games?
I went to all of them.
All of them?
That we're there for, yeah.
Who's your favorite Alabama football player? Too many?
There's too many. We're good every year.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Does that get annoying?
No.
Or no.
It's like the Alabama Invitational now for the national championship. It's great.
So, how much does it stink to lose to Auburn?
No, it's terrible.
But you guys don't lose to Auburn
we
very
don't.
often.
Well, we did a lot this past year.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like a bad feeling inside?
Yeah, it's just like now they have something they can be excited about.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that the only thing they get excited about is beating us. So.
Is it a rivalry in golf or?
That was a stab at Auburn, by the way. What did you say?
Is it a rivalry in golf or not so much?
I would say, I mean, for me, like, I just gave them a stab in the back, but really, I think that Alabama and Auburn, it's a, even though it's crazy intense, but for me, I didn't grow up in Alabama, so I want to beat them, but it's not life or death for me, like some people.
Yeah.
And we are competitive in golf. Obviously, we love beating Auburn, but we love beating anyone. In fact, the girls just won regionals. Shout out again. They shot 33 under at regionals, so they're they're headed to national championship, I think, this week.
Wow.
But yeah, of course, we want to win. We want to beat everyone. Yeah. Like if it's Auburn, LSU, we want to beat everybody.
And you still follow.
Yeah.
I saw you tweeted at one of the girls, maybe, or the team.
Yeah, probably. Like I said, I love school.
Yeah.
And I love Mick and Susan. They were amazing coaches. And
They're
that
the
was
ones that
so
recruited
cool.
you, right?
Yeah. They started recruiting me at a very young age, and I loved Alabama, so I went to like a football game every single year. I kind of took advantage, sorry. But yeah, it was so fun. And finally I committed my junior year, and the rest is history.
Did you go to basketball games?
Yeah, I went to basketball a lot. I also went to gymnastics quite a lot. Every week gymnastics got sold out on Friday nights.
Really?
Yeah, every week it was sold out.
At Alabama?
Mhm.
For like a
4
random
years.
for
I
a
was
random
there.
meet. Like a random
Yep. We were really good. While I was there, 12 teams/individuals won a national championship in the 4 years I was there.
in gymnastics.
No, I'm saying in 12 different
Sports.
sports.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Well, Abby, soccer, right?
Soccer team was okay then. They're
Yeah.
really good now.
Yeah.
But she won, in her club team, she won a national championship.
Oh, cool.
My other roommate, Maya Jansen, she won back-to-back national championships in doubles tennis. She won the national championship the same day I did, within
What?
10 minutes apart.
No.
It was really cool.
Your roommate?
Yeah. Isn't
Wait,
that
how'd
cool?
that work? Tell me about that.
So-
That's so cool.
I won the national championship.
Yeah.
I was like on my way to give my speech,
Uh-huh.
and my mom's like, Maya just clinched like her second national championship, and of course I gave her a shout out in my speech. I'm like, by the way, my roommate's awesome. But yeah, we went on the same day, and I had to go to summer school the next day, so it wasn't that fun. But yeah, it was really
That's
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys take a picture together? With
Oh,
the-
for sure.
Yeah.
Alabama was gonna do like a commercial kind of thing for
Yeah.
the football games, like us opening the fridge national championship. She had one too, and like open another one, USM, open the,
Yeah.
So that was gonna be cool, but they never
They
got
never
around
got
to it.
around to it? Oh.
But it was cool.
So I want to ask you a little bit about your style.
Yeah.
Um,
My style.
like your style.
Okay.
Because all people see all of you on the golf course and that's it, right? Like
Right.
they see you in the golf clothes but like if you're out on the town for a night or hanging out with friends or going like what do you have a style or are you kind of low key? I mean you have the new
I have my new glasses.
New glasses, yeah.
Another shout out.
another shout out.
My dad, the Eye Center.
I like them.
Yeah.
They're
I don't
very
know.
nice.
My brother always says I'm a little bohemian,
Okay.
but I don't really think I have a style. I think it's bohemian / like preppy a little bit.
Okay.
But I'm pretty casual, I think.
Yeah.
I like to get dressed up.
I was gonna
but
say, you like for the pro-am parties, right?
yeah, I like, especially in this lifestyle, because we wear golf clothes all the time.
Right.
So it's nice to just wear normal clothes.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not like a girly girl who knows how to do your makeup and hair. Like I don't know how to do any of that kind of stuff.
You
I mean,
don't?
I know the very simple ways of doing all of it, but I'm not into it,
Yeah. Maybe it's like a developing style.
I'm pretty sure they need a class to like help girls
Ooh.
know how to do that.
On tour, like a traveling.
No, everyone.
Oh. Yeah. Maybe for some it's like they pick it up naturally if you have like an older sister or whatever.
That's how I did it.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like, I'm
But-
still learning.
But that's what I was gonna say, because you see that in athletes, right? Like when somebody, let's say, first gets drafted into the NBA, like he probably wore like sweatpants to the game. And then
Exactly.
like 5 years later, he's in like a perfectly tailored suit.
Yeah.
With a bow tie,
Exactly.
with a designer watch and the shoe. So maybe you'll like develop over time, develop the style. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe
Mine's developing.
developing style. But I like the eyeglasses.
Thank you. I like them too. My other ones were just black, and thank you so much.
Oh,
Here, I'll
perfect.
put it over here. Yeah, my other ones were just black, so these give a little pizzazz.
Because you were saying on the golf course, like you weren't struggling with your eyesight, but you needed.
Yeah, I thought my eyes were dry, and
Yeah.
I realized my dad was like, let me check your eyes, and I actually couldn't see out of my right eye very well. So, yeah, I have new contacts, so I'm a new lady officially this tournament. I can see the ball in the hole really well.
So it got to the point
So
where you
maybe,
couldn't?
I mean, it was just like fuzzy.
Fuzzy. That's not good.
I know, now I can see. So maybe a new player.
You're going to win the tournament.
Maybe. I also switched putters today, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's kind of
Today?
interesting. Yeah.
On Monday.
Yeah, I saw, so for about, from the time I was 10 years old
Okay.
until probably this time last year, or maybe a little bit before that, I putted with the same putter for 13 years. Like, not the same putter, but the same style.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a Odyssey Callaway Fang kind of deal.
Okay.
And last year I kind of got in a putting slump, I would say.
Okay.
And so I switched putters. Actually, his name's Banks. He's one of my best buds at Shoal Creek. I was practicing. He was like, "What's up?" And I was telling him how my putting stroke was bad. And he gave me his bullseye putter. You know those old style putters?
Uh-huh.
And I started making everything. So I called Callaway. I was like, "Hey, is there any way I can get something? I know you don't have a bullseye putter, but do you have something similar?" So they sent me like this center shafted blade putter. And the next 3 terms I finished 8th, 5th, 1st on the Symetra. And that's probably one of the reasons I got my card. And I putted with it. I've been putting with it all year since then. Love it. And then today, Callaway usually has putters sitting up on the putting green. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's my old putter. And it was just like the new version. And I just kind of picked it up and started putting with it. And I was like, wow, this is so good. And so I think I'm going to switch this week. We'll see what happens.
See, that I think that's like a perfect example of you, though, right? In a way. Like, you're just very spontaneous. Is that the right word?
A little bit, but
Because there's girls
I had
that
a
would
lot
never
of,
do that, right?
I know, right?
Right?
But I'm very careful. Like, I can't make a decision by myself. I told you that, like,
Yeah.
terrible decision
Yeah.
maker. So I got like both the Callaway guys to come watch me, my boyfriend, my caddy. They're all like staying around me. I was like, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? And they're like, well, just test it out. So I'm going to test it out the next couple days, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's going to happen.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, the thing is I've been hitting the ball really, really well, but my putting I haven't been completely satisfied with.
Okay.
And the worst thing that happens is it doesn't work well, and I switch back because I know I can make putts with the other one. So I'm just going to see what happens because I haven't been, like I said, like in LA I finished 5th, and honestly, like I missed so many putts. So, and that can go for every week. I know everyone can say that, but if I could just make 1 putt a day, that's 4 strokes better after the tournament. So you never know. It may be great, it may not, but I'm going to try it out.
How do you grade? Yeah, eat up. Is it good?
So good.
Good.
Red snapper.
Red Snapper, shout out.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, like, if you were to put a letter grade on, how many events have you played so far this year?
8.
8?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you missed like what,
I
3 or
missed-
4? 2?
Well, I had to miss
3.
the first 2 in Asia because I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't qualified
Yeah,
yet.
I wasn't qualified yet, and then I missed Dallas.
Texas, yeah, last week. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you played 8 events.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a grade.
A+.
B, A plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why?
Well, I'll be honest. I had heard some negatives about coming out here. Some girls like not liking it and how the girls were. I have not seen that at all. Like all the girls have been so nice. I definitely talked to all of them, so that might be why. But everyone's been very nice to me, and I've really enjoyed traveling. It helps to have some familiar faces out here with me, traveling with me, for sure. I think that helps me give it an A plus because I'm not lonely at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it helps that I've been playing well. Let's be honest. Like, it's nice. It's easier. Your life, most of the time, you're a little happier when you're playing well.
Yeah.
And I hate that it's like that, but it just is. I mean, that's an indie career, really.
Yeah.
If you're doing well in your career, you're
100%.
usually a little happier.
100%.
And I hate that, but it's also just the truth. So yeah, I've been playing well, and I have a great team like supporting me, and yeah, it's just been great. I love it.
Did you expect to play this well early in the year?
I honestly, like I said earlier, I had so many expectations for myself on the Symetra Tour last year, and I had a lot of goals written down, and I still have a lot of goals to achieve. But for some reason, like I didn't have any expectations. I just kind of knew that I kind of had looked at the scores and just realized this is what you have to be successful out here. How can I achieve it? And I've really worked on that, and it's just kind of worked out, honestly. I haven't had any expectations, but I'm just trying to get better on my game. Even when I finished 5th, I kind of thought about, okay, these are the things I did good, and then these are the things I need to work on. And it's so fast-paced that you don't really have time, or I don't, to get those expectations in my head. Because it's so fast. You go from one turn to the next, and then I finished 5th one week, and it was already time to play the next morning out on a different course. So, like, I had less than 12 hours before I was on the golf course again. So, yeah.
There's no time. There's no like if you don't play well, there's no time to dwell in it, and if you play well, there's no time to relish.
I missed the cut in Hawaii.
Right.
Went and had fun one day, and then I was playing the very next week in LA. So missed the cut, and then I finished 5th. Like, you just got to get over it.
Quick.
And I think you talking about my spontaneous personality. I definitely think like that helps my mentality out here, because I am kind of like, la la la, whatever. Life is great, you know.
Yeah.
So that helps a little bit. Life is great.
But as we've talked about before, Emma, like I think like people have this perception of you that you're very spontaneous, you're outgoing. I mean, you could talk. If we walked into the restaurant, you could have a conversation with every couple having dinner tonight.
Oh, for sure.
100%.
And I would love
right?
to.
Right? I mean, literally, if we did that exercise, you would find a way to sit down with everybody in this restaurant and have a 30-minute conversation.
Yes, for sure.
But you also do like your alone time, your, I don't know, shy is the right word, but you have your moments where you're...
I think everyone's like that a little bit, but I definitely am like that. I like Grey's Anatomy. I'm on the Grey's Anatomy train right now. I have 2 books I'm reading.
What are you reading?
Making Sense of the Bible. That's my spiritual one. And then I'm reading, what's the other one called? Invisible Monsters. It's a new book. It's about this lady that had this like perfect life, and then she got in an accident and she can't talk. So it's about the, how she's dealing with that, and how she feels like a monster now. And yeah, it's a fiction book, so it's not like terribly sad, but it kind of gives you perspective on like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Things like this do happen. So yeah, I'm reading a couple of books. Those are both that one's kind of depressing, sorry. But I usually read love stories. Yeah? Well, not love stories, but like happy stories.
What's the series?
Or mysteries.
You like 50 Shades of Grey?
No, I'm more, there's this woman named Debbie McComber.
Okay.
And she writes really easy reading books, so that's more like,
Okay.
And my mom and brother read a lot of books, so they give me books sometimes, but they read much faster than I do. Like, it takes me a long time sometimes to read books, because I'm on Grey's Anatomy. Can't stop watching Grey's Anatomy. I'm way behind. My roommates used to cry all the time watching Grey's Anatomy. I'm like, y'all are ridiculous. Like, it is just a show. Yeah, that's me now.
That's you now.
Yeah, I'm obsessed. I'm on season 9, I think.
Oh, Jesus.
And so I have a long way to go still. But it's been great.
Yeah, because like as much as you guys practice and play and all that, there is still some downtime when you're in hotels or with host families, right? So you kind of have to
do something.
Right.
And I still am working out a lot. I have a Planet Fitness membership.
Okay.
So I still try to work out a lot, but it is harder now on the LPGA, I think, than Symetra, because, like I said, I'm busier now, and I don't know. It's just been kind of harder, because I'm a little tired. I get tired. I'm a little fatigued after a few weeks, more so than I was on the Symetra.
Well, I tell you what, I was in Dallas. We went to the course.
That was hard.
And then at night, Dwayne and I just went, to eat at like 10 or 11, and then we were done. Like, we didn't do anything.
Exactly.
Literally didn't do anything.
And some weeks are like that. I feel like some weeks I've had like the most relaxing week ever, and then other weeks I'm busy 24/7.
Yeah. How about the sponsor side of this whole thing? Like, have you? I know you have a lot of supporting companies that work with you. How's that the off the course stuff all shaping out for you now that, look, now you've got cameras on you and, you know, different things that companies like.
Yeah, last week I got to do my first photo shoot.
Very?
And I say I got to because it was really fun.
Tell me about it.
I did it for I'm sponsored by Callaway, and they're awesome. I've been playing their club since I was 13 years old, so I know the people really well within the Callaway group, I guess, the crew. And so it was really fun. I had a good time, and me and Caitlin Danball did it, both rookies, and she's had a pretty good year, I think. But it's the very start, so it could get a lot better. But we were doing the 2019 spring catalog.
Ooh.
It was really fun. And then
What did they have you do? Like,
oh my gosh, it was from 6 a.m. to 4 in the afternoon.
4 p.m.?
Yeah.
You were doing stuff the whole time?
Yes. So it was like,
What?
Shout out to models too.
Oh my God.
I don't know how they do that because I would do the same thing a bunch of times. Like I hit probably, it was a good practice day too because I was hitting bunkers like towards cameras and I'm like, no, like don't let me kill you. But it was fun.
You didn't kill anybody?
No.
We can report you didn't kill
Yeah,
anybody.
and it was good practice.
Yeah. So it was like 6 a.m., like the makeup or whatever.
Hair, makeup.
Hair, makeup.
And then they took us on the course. We did all of it was on the golf course.
Okay.
And the camera guy loved it the first little bit because there was mist over this pond, so he did all these like misty pictures.
Oh, okay.
And then we went, and we just did a bunch of them. I mean, we were all over the golf course. We hit wiffle ball, like golf ball, wiffle ball kind of things.
Oh, yeah.
Some, and we hit real golf balls sometimes, and it was just a very interesting process. I have a lot of, what do you call it? I have a lot of respect for models now because I'm definitely not a model. They could have done what I did probably in an hour.
Yeah.
But it's hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
he'd
you
be
have
like, he kept telling me, say, peas and carrots, because it makes you smile correctly. Peas and carrots. You're not
Really?
you're not like posing, but you're
Peas
not.
and carrots.
Peas and
Okay.
carrots. And it made it look like you weren't like close, it made it look right in the
Like you were
pictures. So
smiling.
me and Caitlin would be saying peas and carrots, peas and carrots. It was
I wonder,
interesting.
that's probably a trick he uses with
And he told me
marshmallow.
marshmallow.
That's just a funny word.
Isn't
I don't
that
know.
cool?
Yeah. I like that.
So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. So, okay, so you're starting to learn like the different things that your sponsors want.
Oh yeah,
and-
sorry, that's what we were
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah, and then Pure Silk, they have a tournament. They're a sponsor of mine. I don't get to see them as much, but I'm actually going to go to the Barbasol,
Okay.
which is cool, and I think I'm going to do some fun stuff up there,
Oh, good.
which will be cool. And then Davis Vision Insurance for Eyes, and they're coming out with some news pretty soon, which is exciting. So for the LPGA,
Stay
so
tuned.
I'll be one of those girls that
Oh.
are going to be talking about it. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
And then Tony Walker Financial is a financial company out of Bowling Green, Kentucky, and there's some family ties within that. So
Okay.
I've been very lucky, like as a rookie, to have this many sponsors and this much support. It takes like a lot of pressure financially off my back so I can just play golf.
Yeah. Can we get can our sit down get any more information on this news that's coming out or no?
No.
Okay, we can't.
I don't know
I
what's out
tried.
there.
I tried.
Yeah, you tried.
I tried. All
Good
right.
enough.
Good enough, yeah. Yeah, because I was gonna ask, like, I mean, I don't think people realize, like, I mean, you guys pay for your flights, you pay for your cars, you pay for your caddies. What else
Caddies
do you
is a
pay
big
for?
expense.
You pay for your food. I mean, obviously you get free food at the
Yeah.
golf course.
Right, but at night.
You know, breakfast, dinner,
Right. Yeah, I would say the biggest ones are flights, rental cars, and caddy.
Flights, rental cars. I mean, that could add up.
It adds up quickly.
Big time.
But I will say, you have the opportunity to make a lot of money out here.
True.
So one tournament can pay for the whole year, really.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
Yeah, I mean, you win the U.S. Women's Open. That's what, a check of $500,000.
900.
$900,000. Shout out U.S. Open. Shoal Creek.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Yeah, I mean, you win an event like that,
You're set
you're set for the year.
for more than a year.
More than a year. Do you think about money? No.
This is really ignorant of me. I don't know much about it.
Okay.
My dad is really into like finances and stuff. He invested the coins he saved, starting when he was like 20 years old, and paid for my siblings' colleges through the coins he saved. So he's like really smart with his money. Anyways, he's really good with his money. So he basically helps me out with all that stuff. Because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm 24 years old. I'm just now learning words that belong to, I'm just learning the vocabulary.
Right.
So, because really I think with money, it's how you experience it, you learn through experience. Which can be good and bad, but my parents they've been very helpful.
They kind of help you along. Yeah, but do you think like, I don't know, this is just me, but I'd be like, man, if I win the U.S. Women's Open, I'm going to buy a house or buy a Ferrari or, I don't know, like, it's like different because like I at this point in my life, I don't have that type of earning potential. Like you have an amazing earning potential.
I think the thing with us is we travel so much. I could see myself buying a house one day. But other than that,
you don't have any.
I don't have time. I'm not going to drive a car because I'm never home.
You're not going to get a boat because you're never home.
I would never use it.
Okay.
There's nothing that I would really use. So, no.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and like right now it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm 24. I'm on my parents' health insurance. I don't have a home. I don't have a car. I have no bills. So I'm just like saving all of it.
Yeah.
Which is great. One day I want to use it, but right now I just don't have anything to use it on.
That is true because like I was just talking to a friend in Orlando and he was like, I want to be a millionaire. That's what he said. I want to be a millionaire because I want toys. I want a motorcycle. I want a boat. I want a Ferrari. I said, okay, that makes sense. Like, if that's what I wanted, I'd want to be a millionaire too. But
life's not like that. Well, for me, it's not.
Well, and also, like, you make a good point. Like, what use would you have, at least at this point in your life? Maybe 15 years down the road, and you're done with your career, and you've won $1 million, all that stuff. Then you might want a boat for the family or whatever. You might want to travel.
I could see myself, like, using the money that I make on golf to invest in, like, rental property and property. So then when I decide I'm done with golf or want a different future, then I'll have that as an investment. That's kind of my plan, my big perspective plan.
I like that.
Yeah.
So you do have a plan.
Yeah.
There's things
But I'm just like, right now, because it's my first year on tour, so I want to be able to have some cushion, because you never know what's going to happen. I could get injured. I could hate it next year. You never know.
Yeah. How about this baby boom on the LPGA?
Oh, I know. It's great.
Is that like,
I love babies. I love them so much.
You told me you wanted 5.
Not going to happen.
Okay.
But I do love babies. And Stacy Lewis, we play together in San Francisco. And I guess on Friday, she came up to me, or maybe Thursday. She was like, Emma. And she's been a mentor to me for a long time. She's very nice. Pretty shy, but to me, her and her family have been really great. I actually played my first U.S. Open practice round with her. It was her first year on tour, so I've gotten to know her throughout my career. I felt very honored. For Stacy to tell me this, she was like, I'm pregnant. She was like, it's coming out in the news today, but I'm pregnant. I was like, yay! So it's really cool. I think it's cool, and it gives you I feel like they're going to be I'm going to get to see what my future's like through them, kind of thing. Because I can't imagine having a family out here. That is super mom.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having a family and doing this all at the same time and being successful. Yeah. And there's Julie Inkster. I mean, shout out to her.
Shout out Julie, right?
Yeah, like I don't know how she's done it, but she has. And Katrina Matthew, I was talking to her during San Francisco. She has 2 kids, I believe, and she doesn't stay away from home for more than 3 weeks on the road, so she can see her kids. Yeah. And she stays home 2 weeks. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just cool to like hear all this. So in the future, like maybe I could do the same.
That's pretty cool about Stacy. Tell us a little bit more about that because, I mean, she's former #1, right? One of the top Americans in the last decade or whatever you want to call it. You know? Somebody that kind of did what you did, right? She went the college route. Then she went on the LPGA and then
Yeah, she was one of them that told me, she was like, finish school.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I listened to her. Like I said, my dad always reminded me of that too. He was like, remember what Stacey said, like, finish school. And once I got to school, he didn't have to remind me anymore because I loved it so much. But yeah, Stacy's even. I remember when I was an amateur, I got to play in the marathon, and her now husband took me out to dinner and just kind of said, "This is what you need to do, and these are the things you need to know because you're going to be a pro one day." And it was just like really nice. Like she did not have to ask me to dinner as a friend, just to like kind of mentor me.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool. Hopefully, I can do that to someone in the future. And she always told me, she was like, "Don't worry about sponsors and money. Like it'll all take care of itself if you play well." And that's one thing I think has helped me this year. I just keep remembering, like, all my job is to play good golf, and the rest will come.
That's pretty cool because, like, Dwayne and I always have this conversation about, like, when you think of the basketball back in, like, the 80s and 90s, like, everybody used to want to kick each other's you-know-what, right? Like, they were just, nobody was friends, you know, but nowadays it's a little bit different. And, like, you know, I wonder how that works sort of in golf. Like, I know, look, when you tee it up on Thursday, you want to beat Stacy's you-know-what.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's also a side where, like, on Monday, Stacy can take Emma out to dinner.
Yeah.
And lend a little advice and help, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Too, a lot of girls I feel like out here have done that. Even Morgan Pressel, the first like few tournaments I was paired with her all the time.
Yeah.
And we were playing with her together on the weekend. She was giving me advice. So I think, just like I said before, I mean, we're not really trying to beat each other. We are, but we're not trying to. We're just trying to do our best, and then the rest will take care of itself. Like, we would never root against the person. We just want to beat them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can't play defense.
Yeah.
So it's a weird combination, but
Yeah.
like I said, all the players that have been out here for a while have really been great to me.
That's
I've been
cool.
lucky.
That's cool. Your first U.S. Open, who'd you play a practice round with?
Well, I just signed up random.
Oh.
And I got paired with, this is really cool. I got paired with Stacey Lewis, Natalie Gulbis, and Betsy King.
Wow.
And so that was really cool. Natalie Gulbis is another one that's really helped me out throughout the past few years. She basically told me how she's made golf like a business. I mean, it's more business for her because she has all kinds of stuff. I mean, she has TV shows. She has all this stuff going on in her life. And then Betsy King was awesome to talk about because she had been through her whole career, basically. So I got a lot of, it's been cool. Like I said, I think the reason why I don't have a lot of pressure or expectations or I'm not nervous out here is because I got to experience 12 tournaments before I even turned pro out on the LPGA.
Yeah.
So
I remember you
think
told me
helped.
that on the Symetra Tour. You're like, oh, yeah, I kind of been, this is not new to me. Because some girls will come out there, it'll be brand spanking new.
And I think that's why I was so nervous on Symetra, too, because I knew what I was fighting for.
Yeah. And so much of your success or failure on Symetra dictates the following year.
So much.
If you don't play well, you know that 2019, you're going to be back there.
Like, as long as you really keep your card on LPGA, you can fight again.
Yeah.
But on Symetra, it's like you said, you have to play well.
I mean, I feel like you've already almost played well enough in these first bunch of events to, like, and now you can go play.
My dad would know all the logistics.
Does he kind of, like, keep track?
I try not to look at it at all.
But
I
now
was
you
really
could
excited, though. I did look at it one time. They told us for Kingsmill, you got a complimentary car if you're top 40 after LA. And because of my top 5, I was 38th, and I was so excited.
That's awesome.
I know.
So you have a
excited.
complimentary car?
Yeah, I was so pumped.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm staying in host family, and I have a complimentary car, so I'm winning this week already.
And you get a nice
and a nice dinner.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Pretty good, huh?
That's playing on the LPGA ain't bad.
It's not bad at all.
Do they do that at the U.S. Open too? Don't they do something like that? Maybe.
We got a car that week too. And I got one at A&A too.
You did.
Mhm.
How are the majors like different or no? Like, do you feel different? Not really.
I think it's because I played in so many. I played in the British. The only one I didn't play in was Evian, and I could have, I just didn't.
Do you have a celebrity crush? I feel like all girls do. No?
Yeah, I mean, I could go. I have
All right,
20.
let's hear them. Rattle them.
Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, you probably line up 100 girls.
Yeah,
they're all gonna say-
Beyonce, Jay-Z, that's like them, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, for
come
sure.
on.
Yeah. I
Of
would
course
say
you have
Beyonce.
I have a crush on Beyonce.
Oh.
I mean, how could you not?
I mean, she's
I
beautiful,
love Usher.
talented.
I'm obsessed with Usher.
Are you obsessed more with his singing or his dance moves?
See, I'm all about the dance moves.
Okay.
I think he's cool.
Yeah.
I
Can you
don't know.
dance?
No.
No, okay.
I'm one of those people that think I can dance, but I can't. I definitely will try.
Okay.
You know who I love?
did
Not
know.
Jerry Springer, but I love Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, she's good. She's good.
Ellen.
She's good.
She's
and she
great.
always brings like good stories
So
to light.
good.
You know, like the kid, or not the kid, the young man that in Nashville saved everybody at the
Yeah,
Waffle House.
exactly.
She brought him on, and then his favorite basketball player is Dwayne Wade.
And she brought, yeah, it's so good.
So it's like she's
like
just
happy-
she knows
happy
everybody,
yeah.
or like the
and everyone loves her.
what
How
was-
great would it be to be Ellen?
Oh. I mean, she just gets to bring Dwayne Wade on, brings his
Anyone.
hero on. Or remember the selfie kid at the Super Bowl?
Yes.
And Justin Timberlake, she brought Justin Timberlake
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
So it's like,
And all these cute kids that can dance and stuff. Like, she has the best job
do you
ever.
wish you were the selfie kid with Justin Timberlake?
Yeah. I mean, that'd be cool. Who wouldn't want to be the selfie kid with Justin Timberlake?
I mean,
Hopefully, I just get to play golf with him, and then we can become like bros.
yeah.
I heard he's going to be at the LA tournament next year.
Ooh.
Austin
Or
Ernst.
Wahlberg.
Austin Ernst supposedly already called dibs on Justin Timberlake, but if she doesn't get him, I call dibs.
Yeah. Well, I think there's going to be a lineup. It's going to be like,
Yeah.
who's ever number one on the money list
Yeah,
gets to choose.
exactly, because everyone's going to
Yeah.
want
I heard Mark Wahlberg's going to be there.
Yeah,
Are
same.
you a Wahlberg
He's
person?
hilarious, too.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. He's kind of multifaceted, too. He's got his Wahlburgers restaurant now.
Yeah. Maybe I could play with him.
That'd be cool.
I would want to play with any of those guys. That'd be so
Yeah.
fun. Here the dessert comes.
Woo! Are you stuffed or like how are you feeling
I mean,
right
I'm
now?
stuffed, but-
Are you ready for this?
Oh my gosh.
Look at this.
We need to put them in the middle.
Look at this.
Thanks, Becca.
Thank you, Becca. So so this is the strawberry shortcake, and then what else do we get? We got the ultimate brownie.
Wow.
What are you
That
most
looks so
excited
good.
about right
I think
now?
that one.
That one? All right, hold on.
No, we gotta split. We gotta split.
Oh my God. Heaven?
That's so good.
Really?
It's like fudge, like she said.
Oh my
It's not a brownie. Is that good?
Oh my God. Wowzers. Delish? Do you have like a night unwind, like after dinner, like before you go to bed kind of thing, when you're on the road, or you just do whatever? Do you have an unwind kind of?
Well, I'll tell you something really cute my mom made me used to do.
Tell me.
No, she didn't make me. But now I do it. She used to always at night write in a journal or in the morning.
Okay.
And I was always kind of like, what's she doing? So finally one day, like when I was in probably high school, I asked her like, what are you doing? And every night she writes down something she's thankful for specific to that day. It's not like thankful for the roof. I mean, if that's something that day provided for you, like if you went through a storm or something.
Yeah.
But most of the time for me, it would be something along the lines of, I ran into this man today, he knew so-and-so, and it was a cool connection.
Love
and
it.
like tonight it'll be, I'm thankful for like this opportunity, you
Right.
know, like it was fun.
Yeah.
And so anyways, she started doing that. So every night before I go to bed, I do that. So I think that's kind of cool too. Like
love that.
she's great.
I love that.
My mom's the best.
You know why I like that a lot? Because, like, I think this might have been my mom that told me this, but, like, you never want to go to bed mad.
Yeah. Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Even with your spouse and stuff.
No, yeah.
I've always heard that.
So you find one thought that you're thankful for that day,
Yeah, I journal it.
journal it,
And I'm a spiritual person, so usually I
Yeah.
do my devotional or whatever, and then I write down the people I want to pray for, and then I go to bed.
Throwing in the towel. That was fun.
We didn't finish it, but
We did pretty well.
did.
We had appetizers, main course, dessert. That was good.
it was very good. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.